CLion, a cross-platform IDE for C and C++. Download now.
Okay, so I'm going to walk around about Bazelizing a C++ project with the latest version of Bazel. So Bazel is a build system that has similar as the CMake, which is the de facto choice for C++ or C projects based on the survey made by James Weller from Meeting C++. So basically it's being so much behind from what you will see on build systems on C++. But on large monorepos or in enterprise codes, you will face with Bazel, which is intended to use large code bases with several language. Can be C++, Go, Rust, Java, and so on, which is the thing that I experienced on large code bases. It's not only intended to use with C++. Also saves CI usage. So when the code goes up, you need something that handle the caching and the execution. So another machine that allows to several users to reuse the cache or the execution of the build artifacts, and also the hermetic build. So if one build is actually reproducible or in another machine, another Docker container, or the app. So, what we need to baselize a project. So, as I mentioned, if you use CLion, the project might come with CMake by default, but also if you use another editor, it came with a different configuration. Yeah, so you can get rid of that one, but we need some other requirements. Basilisk, which is the build launcher, similar as PyTemp if you use Python, so you can choose different versions of that programming language. In this case, Basilisk enables you to choose a Bazel version of your choice. The other tools are Buildifier, just to format the Bazel files, and Buildozer, which allows you to run command line operations that Bazel comes up with. And optional, you can get the Bazel plugins from the editor of your choice. I proved on Cursor, VS Code, and CLion. So let's move on. So now on the actual project, we need to create some files. The Bazel version file, which is the one where we indicate which version we are going to choose. In this case, this is necessary because Bazel has released the version 9.0 that has some breaking changes. I'm not familiar with those yet, but we can use the previous one, 8.6. The next one is the module Bazel, which is a metadata declaration of your project, similar as when you begin to package Python or JavaScript project. The next one is the Bazel RC, the run commands. This is required for optional options. Like choosing the C++ standard or passing some flags like sanitizers and so on. And the core of the Bazel project is the build file, the rules that where you declare what is the main target and what are the dependencies on your own project. So let's check on the project now. So as I mentioned, we need to create the files. So the first one was basic version, where it's just one line where you indicate the version that you want to work with. And the next one was bzlrc, uh, which is the options that I want to pass to my program. So in this case, I want to use the standard 23, so I can change to 17 and so on. The next one is the module. So this can be empty for the first iteration of your project, but it is recommended to declare the module settings, which is the metadata I mentioned it before, the name of the project and the version. So these are just placeholders for now. But the important one is the rules CC, which are rules for C and C++ that Bazel created for projects on these languages, which are to be consumed on the core one, as I mentioned, the build Bazel file. So from the rules, we get the definition of what will be a C++ library, a C++ binary. The difference of both is the library will be a dependency and the binary will be the final target or the final artifact that we want to produce from this build system. This one is indicating that I want to make the project visibility to another project when I start to growing up the project. Well, here is the thing. I mentioned it on the library and the binary. So the library will be the dependency. My project will depend on this header. So I declare a library with this name and the header files that I'm going to consume. And I also can add source files if I need. But this minimal example, I'm going to just consume a header file. The next one is the final target for me. So this is the name of my binary will be CPP online, and the source file will be the string operation CPP, and it will depend on the library that I declared above. So with the plugin on your editor, you will have already these targets. So and you can trigger the run on the build file. So the build target. So let's see. It will take some time. It will create these folders where the artifacts are be placed. So we'll see. So anyways, so if I want to run target, so yeah, and it works. So the first run was 4 seconds, 5 seconds. So let's see what will be in the second. Yeah. So let's try just the build without running. So the build will take less and less because the cache is reused as already are here, unless you are changing the source code. So yeah, that's it. Just getting started. So thanks, everyone.